Imagine waking up to discover that your favorite star has been erased overnight. No interviews, no trailers, no spotlight. Juste silence. That's exactly what happened to Su Kai, a name once destined for the top, now caught in one of the most shocking scandals Chinese entertainment has ever seen. Today we uncover the dirty secret that ended his career, and why this story is bigger than just one actor. Su Kai's story did not begin with scandal. It began with the promise of a young man who seemed destined to change the face of Chinese television. He was not born into privilege, nor did he carry the influence of powerful families behind him. What he carried instead was something rarer, an unshakable work ethic, a willingness to learn, and an honesty that shone through every performance. In an industry that often values surface charm over substance, Su Kai stood out because he never pretended to be anything other than himself. His rise was not accidental. It was the result of tireless dedication, endless rehearsals, and a burning desire to give audiences something genuine. From the earliest stages of his career, he showed a sensitivity that drew viewers in. Whether he played a warrior, a scholar, or an everyday man, there was always a quiet truth in his eyes that made people believe in the character. Fans often said that he made them forget they were watching an actor. Instead, they felt as though they were witnessing a real life unfolding on screen. That ability to connect, to reach across the invisible barrier between stage and audience, became his defining strength. Producers saw in him not only talent but reliability. He never arrived unprepared, he never treated a script with carelessness, and he never allowed ego to overshadow his craft. On set, colleagues described him as respectful and grounded, someone who carried the weight of stardom lightly, never forgetting the humanity of the people around him. Slowly, but unmistakably, his reputation grew. Every new drama was greeted with anticipation. Every interview revealed more of his sincerity. To fans, he was more than an idol. He was a symbol of what it meant to succeed without compromising who you are. The rise of Su Kai was therefore more than the rise of one actor. It was a reminder that authenticity could still win hearts in an industry too often clouded by illusions. His career trajectory seemed unstoppable, a bright arc stretching upward with every new role, every new recognition. For many, he embodied hope, proof that talent, hard work, and integrity could still open doors in a system that often appeared closed. His rise carried the weight of dreams, not only his own but also those of countless fans who saw in him a reflection of their own struggles and aspirations. The moment that should have been Su Kai's defining triumph slowly transformed into the very thing that tested him most. Behind the polished posters and carefully choreographed press releases, a quiet storm was already gathering. The drama that promised to elevate his career was, in many ways, a culmination of years of preparation. He poured himself into the role with an intensity that left no detail untouched. Every expression, every gesture, every long night of rehearsal spoke of his belief in the project. Yet while he was giving his all on set, decisions were being made in boardrooms and editing rooms that would dismantle everything he had built. At first, the changes were subtle, small adjustments to dialogue, a scene postponed, another rewritten. No one around him suspected anything more than ordinary production challenges. But gradually, a pattern emerged. The character that had been written as the centerpiece of the story was being diminished. Scenes that had been filmed with passion and precision vanished without explanation. Moments that were supposed to define his character's journey were reassigned to others or cut altogether. What should have been the beating heart of the narrative was hollowed out until only fragments of his presence remained. For an actor who had invested so deeply, this betrayal was not merely professional, it was personal. His voice, once central to the story, was silenced, replaced by a manufactured version of romance that had never existed in the script. A new pairing was created, designed not for artistic truth but for marketability, for the illusion of chemistry that could be exploited for commercial gain. The betrayal lay not only in the erasure of his work, but in the way his identity was used to promote something he never agreed to. He had become, against his will, part of a marketing strategy that valued profit over authenticity. For fans, the absence of Su Kai was shocking. For Su Kai himself, it was a wound inflicted quietly, behind closed doors, by those who had once promised to honor his talent. The stage that should have belonged to him had been stolen, and the trust that bound actor and production had been shattered. What remained was the bitter realization that in an industry driven by hidden deals and shifting loyalties, even the most devoted effort could be erased in the blink of an eye. His betrayal was not a single act, but a slow unraveling, leaving him standing in the ruins of a story that was supposed to be his own. When the drama finally reached the public, the silence surrounding Su Kai became deafening. Viewers, who had anticipated his presence as the central figure, were left searching for him in trailers and promotional clips, finding only fleeting glimpses where he should have been at the forefront. His absence was not subtle, it was deliberate, and it was impossible to ignore. Fans who had followed every step of the production felt an unease that quickly grew into outrage. They had watched him prepare for the role, seen behind-the-scenes clips of his dedication, and heard whispers of his commitment to the project. To discover that his image was barely acknowledged, that his efforts had been obscured, was a betrayal they felt personally. On social media, the reaction was immediate and explosive. Hashtags demanding justice for Su Kai appeared within hours and began climbing into the top trending lists across platforms. Forums that once celebrated the drama's release became gathering spaces for anger and disbelief. Supporters shared side-by-side comparisons of early promotional material against the final version, pointing out how entire sequences featuring Su Kai had vanished. What was supposed to be a celebration of artistry turned into an investigation conducted by millions of loyal followers determined to uncover the truth. The more the production remained silent, the louder the public became. Fans wrote open letters, collected signatures for petitions, and rallied around the principle that no actor should be erased from their own story. What struck a chord was not only their love for Su Kai, but the sense of injustice that resonated far beyond one individual. His case became a mirror reflecting a larger issue in the entertainment industry, where manipulation and profit often overshadow fairness and respect. For many, this was more than fandom loyalty. It was a personal call to defend integrity. International communities joined the movement, translating posts, amplifying hashtags, and ensuring the conversation could not be contained within one country. Artists, critics, and even other actors began to acknowledge the controversy with carefully worded statements, subtly but unmistakably showing support. What began as confusion soon became a collective awakening. The public realized that the story of Su Kai was not just about a star being sidelined. It was about how easily truth could be hidden and how powerful collective voices could be in bringing the truth back into the light. Their shock turned into solidarity, their disappointment into determination, and their anger into a force that no marketing strategy could silence. Shield. And how did Su Kai respond? With dignity. No rants.
No scandales. Juste silence.
But in that silence was defiance. His agency confirmed legal action, breach of contract, reputational damage, unauthorized exploitation of his image. Su Kai chose the path of law, not gossip, and that choice made him more powerful than ever. Collision. This scandal shook the entire industry. Other actors began to speak out. Veteran celebrities criticized the toxic system. Young talents realized they needed stronger contracts. What happened to Su Kai wasn't just a personal betrayal, it was a warning sign for the entire entertainment world.
Sensi, The Human Side, 4h30.
Broken heart, but let's not forget the human story. Imagine training for months, pouring your heart into every scene, only to be erased. Imagine being forced to sell a fake romance you never agreed to. Su Kai's story isn't just about contracts or cameras. It's about identity, dignity, and the fight to be seen as more than a puppet. Sparkles. And yet, out of betrayal came something extraordinary.
Fans tout allés.
They rallied behind him, not because he was flawless, but because he was real. Su Kai has become a symbol of resilience, proof that even when stripped of the spotlight, integrity can shine brighter than fame. Glowing star. So, did Su Kai's career truly end? Or has it only just begun in a different way? Sometimes, when a system tries to silence a voice, it only makes it louder. And Su Kai's silence has spoken to millions.
Bull, what do you think?
Was Su Kai betrayed by the industry, or is there more to the story we've yet to uncover? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your voice. Raising hands. Thank you for watching News Stars CN. If you found this story powerful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the latest updates from Chinese entertainment. Stay inspired, stay informed, and remember, every story deserves to be told.